Best 5 teams that you can use as ABB for the current meta of Ultra League. Hello trainers, I'm Ganetto and today we're gonna take a look at some really cool teams to use for Ultra League. So Trevenant Charizard Talonflame will be the first team that I would like to showcase as an ABB team because Trevenant up in the lead really covers a lot of things in the current meta, and even against dark types which really struggles against them, it can still pull off some crazy damage with back-to-back seed bombs. Charizard is gonna be kinda the closers safe switch of the team. You have two closers at the back, just keep that in mind. And with Dragon Breath, because I prefer with Dragon Breath, it can also be played as a safe switch. Its kinda thorn at the back is gonna be the rock types, because those moves really do super effective damage at the whole backline of this team composition. But with Dragon Breath, you can really pressure down the opponent and you can still hit hard, even with Dragon Claw, or just go with Blast Burn for the nukes. Do not have a blast burn? Yeah, just go with overheat and things are gonna be just fine. Talonflame will be the pure closer, if not the safe switch, and the nuker of this team composition. You have access to back-to-back flame charges to boost up your attack and then finish off with another flame charge, or just go straight Brave Bird to finish off even a water type. This Brave Bird is just gonna do a lot of damage, and Talonflame in total a really good generalist to use. However, it is super slow on the incinerate, so that might be a little bit like a soft spot for Talonflame to finish off some certain matches. The core breaker for this team composition, Lapras, this is gonna be it, because Lapras can still win the Trevenant and really go pretty well against the backline. Quick reminder trainers, I have hidden 3 Ultra Balls throughout the entirety of this video, so be sure to find them, and if you can find them, yeah, you're pretty ultra for yourself. At this point, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel because it really helps us grow a little bit more every single day. And now let's return into the commentary of the rest of the video. Now trainers, time for the next one. Como will be leading this team composition. Como applies a lot of pressure to the opponent because of the Dragon Tail spam and damage, alongside that amazing Dragon Claw which gets stabbed from Como-O's typings. Also, you have access to close combat, which is another good move to use on Como because you are part fighting, so another stab move, and also has a chance to nuke down any unsuspected threat. This Pokemon can definitely get shields out of the opponent and will lose straight and square to those fairies, especially with Charm, and against flying type moves you must be always on alert. Lapras will be kinda our safe switch for this team composition because this Pokemon is really good even against its weaknesses, which are gonna be mainly the electric types, which are not such a threat in the entirety of Open Ultra League, but at the same time it may struggle a little bit against the fighters. So yeah, but just a little bit, because this Pokemon has too much bulk, it is considered a safe pick and has the chance to raise its defense with a Skull Bass. Golrain will be the generalist we need for this team composition, with a ton of coverage, and it is gonna be super spammy that you can finish your unsuspected opponents as well. So the other two Pokemon might almost finish something, so Golrain can simply farm down, has access to an Earthquake, and simply destroy down the remaining Steel type or whatever your opponent might have. So even against a fighter which is super bad for Golrain, you can still hit it hard with back-to-back Icicle Spears. The core breakers for this composition, Cresselia and Jellicent, really do solid work against Como, but if you're seeing that you are not encountering a lot of those Pokemon, yeah, this team composition can go pretty well even against those Pokemon with certain backlines. Trainers, I'm more than glad to introduce you to the Articuno team composition. Articuno was one of the best Pokemon to use for Ultra League. However, one day something happened, Articuno just fell off the track. Giratina is also gonna be on the team. Giratina, the OG of Ultra League, the old god, the amazing god, devilish, good looking guy of Pokemon in total, is gonna be on this team composition. So let's start off with Articuno, a debuffer generalist, and has access to the Hurricane, which can just destroy anything. It has a weakness to fires, but you can still manage them with your moveset. Really good Pokemon and very good generalist, as we said. Giratina will be the bulky, spammy generalist Pokemon that you are gonna need, and this Pokemon is just gonna be down any starter, which is really huge. Even against a Charizard, you can beat it. Against a Swampert, which is a really troublesome Pokemon for any team composition, you can beat it. Even something like a weird Togekiss, you can still beat it, but I prefer to run Dragon Breath on my Giratina for those dark types, since I have the Trevenant, which can apply a lot of pressure to the opponent, really hits hard with its moveset, and can really cover the meta, as we said in the previous team recommendation. It has a soft spot for the dark types, but with Giratina running Dragon Breath, you can really cover that dark weakness pretty much effectively. Something like an Obstagoon will be no problem for a Giratina to finish it off if you have Dragon Breath. The core breakers for this composition, just one, the Golrain, because it can finish off the Articuno right on time, Giratina with a lot of ease, and can outspeed the Trevenant by an inch to the charge attack, so that can be troublesome for that Trevenant. Overall, this team composition pretty strong, and I really recommend it to you to use it out there. For the fourth team recommendation, this is gonna be a really fun one to use. Toxicroak, Armored Mewtwo, and Cresselia. So Toxicroak in the lead, you are mainly focusing on the dark types because you want to protect your backline. This Pokemon can apply a lot of pressure with counters, really has access to a very unique moveset with Sludge Bomb and Mud Bomb, and yeah, you are still focusing not only on the dark types but at the same time the steels and other fighters, because you are part poison and other fighters can really do no work against your Toxicroak. This Pokemon however lacks coverage, so something like a Ghost type can just finish it off, or a Psychic, so yeah, it is a give or take situation, finish off or get walled situation, so Toxicroak will find its spot if you have the correct backline for it. So here comes out the backline with double Psychic, Armored Mewtwo, which is a super tank for the current meta and has a lot of coverage. Even against the Ghost type, you can still tank a move and go for double Psy Strike, which is really huge for Armored Mewtwo and has a lot of nukes. Not only that, but you can also use Earthquake, Rock Slide, or even Dynamic Punch as your secondary move. Yeah, did I say it correctly? I hope so. It has a low DPS, which kinda sucks sometimes, but you can see that this Pokemon really hits hard with Psy Strikes very often. Cresselia will be another tank for this team composition with a lot of spam. Use Grass Knot, do not use my moveset over here. You just need Grass Knot and Moonblast. Swamperts are just gonna set you apart if you do not have that moveset. So a lot of coverage for Cresselia, but it really gets walled down by Steel type. So that's something that you should be noting down when using Cresselia on your teams in total. Core breaker for this team, Cofagrigus, because it can just farm down Toxicroak and can really wall down the backline. So who plays Cofagrigus, right? Yeah. So with that in mind, you can go pretty well on anything else when using this team composition. Final one for the video trainers, and we have Jellicent up in the lead, followed up by Double Dark. This ABB team will prove to be one of the huge assets for your roster, because Jellicent is a pure generalist up in the lead. You will need Excel to build it up, but it's all good because you can still use it with less Excel candies. I have mine at 44 level, I guess, and this Pokemon is absolutely glorious. Generalist, a debuffer, and also a tank at the same time. This Pokemon is weak to dark, but the backline can really help with that. Obstagoon is a Pokemon that can beat down other dark types. It is pretty anti-meta against Ghost types, Steel, and also Psychic Pokemon, but it still loses to Fighters and Fairies. The Macalolan will help with Fairies, but Fighters will be kind of an even situation. You can still hit them hard with your Sludge Wave or even Gang Shot if you want that move on your Alolan Mac, but still you are considered to be an anti-meta pick because Alolan Mac can really go well against dark types and fairies. I prefer it with Snarl because it can charge up fairly faster, and this Pokemon is considered to be also a safe pick overall, so definitely a safe switch for this team. It is weak to the ground types, but you can still with proper shielding go back to back Dark Pulses and threat those ground Pokemon no matter what they are. The core breaker for this team composition, you can see it over here, it is gonna be the Pidgeot, and I'm really glad that it is the Pidgeot because it is not a common Pokemon to use and this line of 3 can really shine much easier. That's all, trainers, thank you for watching, I hope you had a wonderful time watching the video. That's my top 5 ABB recommendations for the current format of Ultra League. If you want to see more ABB teams, well, check over here or here is better, for more team recommendations. Thank you for watching, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care everyone!